Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So, before I proceed, I would like to apologize to the committee and to the public watching online. Due to technical issues, we were delayed in starting the opening of bids. Hopefully, next time we will not be delayed. So, for the record, this opening of bids is conducted pursuant to sections 58 and 59 of the IRR of 12009. And that this opening of bids is video recorded and live streamed in our official YouTube channel in compliance with Section 38 of the same INR and DPWH Leyte number 6 series of 2024. Mr. Chair, you may begin.
Thank you. The opening of bids for today for the contract ID 26 IG 0030, 0031, 0032, 0033, and 0034 is hereby called to order at time 9:25, June 2, at Bidding Room, Procurement Building, this office. Secretariat, please conduct the roll call.
Yes, Mr. Chair, so as a matter of procedure, please respond with present and raise your hand once your name is called to acknowledge your attendance and to determine whether the quorum is established. For the Bids and Awards Committee, we have the chairperson, Engineer Junsit C. Sabilino.
Present.
Regular members, Engineer Delfin L. Oy Jr.,
Present.
Engineer Binibici Orapa,
Present.
Engineer Abilina D. Mulabola,
Present.
and Engineer Jeffrey F. Pitana.
Present.
We also have provisional members, Engineer Mike J. Pilola,
Present.
and Engineer Sam John C. Catolico.
Present.
For the technical working group, we have the head, Engineer Karen Joy G. Ramos, and the TWG members, Engineer Noel A. Cornetes, Mrs. Flor Delis A. Castro, and Engineer Mary Desiree M. Velasco. For the Secretariat, yours truly, Engineer Emmanuel Manisacro. We have the procurement staff, Engineer Azilem Dacera, Ms. Maria Olivia Ney Loreto, Mrs. Remedios B. Ginguni, Mr. Mark Anthony Averilla, and Mr. Carlos C. Diaz. For the observers, Mr. Chair, we have invited them in writing, but none attended in person as of this roll call. So for this opening of bids, 7 out of 7 members of the committee are present. Complete attendance, a quorum is hereby declared. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you again. The BAC shall proceed as collegial body. The Secretariat is directed to record all actions, questions, clarifications, motions, and agreements per procurement project per contract ID. Secretariat, please read the agenda.
Yes, Mr. Chair. So the following is the agenda for this opening of bids. Agenda 1 is call to order. Agenda 2, opening and preliminary examination of bids. Agenda 3, reading of bids and approved budget for the contract. Agenda 4, comments or reactions from our bidders, observers, and other attendees. And Agenda 5, adjournment. That's all, Mr. Chair.
May I hear a motion to adopt the agenda as read? Any objection?
None.
There being none, the agenda is adopted. We now proceed to Agenda 2. Before we open any bids, let us place on record the status of bid submission. The deadline for submission and receipt of bids was today, June 2, at 9 a.m. This office, 5th District, as stated in the invitation of bid and bidding documents. The BAC, through the BAC Secretariat, received bids only up to the stated deadline as evidenced by the date and time stamp received by the BAC Secretariat. No bid submitted after the deadline was accepted. Any attempt, late submission, if any, shall be recorded in the minutes with the bidder's name, representative, and time of attempted submission. For the guidance of everyone, under Agenda 2, we will complete the opening and preliminary examination of the first technical envelopes for all contract IDs before proceeding to Agenda 3. We will take up the contracts one at a time for each contract ID. The Secretariat will report date, time, and how many bids were received and from whom. The procurement unit staff will retrieve the envelopes for that contract ID from the bid box and hand them to the TWG. The TWG will open only the first technical envelopes and conduct the manual preliminary examination using the checklist and non-discretionary pass-fail criteria. For civil works, the Secretariat shall conduct the CWA electronic processing and print the generated result. Then the back chair shall read the CWA result into the record. The TWG recommendation shall be limited to the manual preliminary examination of the documents actually submitted in the first technical envelope. The civil works, the civil WA, results shall be separately read and reconciled before back action. And the second, final envelope shall remain unopened until Agenda 3. The Secretariat kindly summarize the eligibility processing under DPWH DEO number 164, Series 2025, and the rules in case of discrepancy between the bidders' submitted documents and the result of the CWA.
Yes, Mr. Chair. So as a summary, I would like to run down the summary of steps in our CWA application. So the civil works procurement projects, the CWA is adopted by DPWH and shall be used pursuant to DO 1646 of 2025. So the first technical envelope, or after the first envelope is opened, that BAC or the TWG will conduct the manual preliminary examination of the eligibility and technical documents using the checklist and a non-discretionary pass or fail criteria, so that the proceedings will not be delayed. Simultaneously, we in the Secretariat will conduct the CWA electronic eligibility check on processing as applicable. So the CWA will verify work experience, SLCC, legal, financial data, field jobs, licenses, ongoing contracts, which is directly linked to PCMA, and the NFCC and other parameters for this procurement. Once the result is available, the Secretariat will print these results, submit to the chair for reading. If not yet available, the BAC will proceed to open the first envelope of the next contract for the next bidder. Thus, as information or for information of our bidders, the CWA is an additional control and it does not replace the manual preliminary examination of our first envelope. So meaning you have to have complete documents submitted in your envelopes. So CWA will not be relied upon. If the bidder submitted documents in the first envelope that are not yet reflected in the CWA, then the BAC may direct the Secretariat to facilitate the request for unlocking in order to update their documents. For purposes of this opening of bids and pending the result of the CWA, the results in their manual eligibility check by the TWG will suffice, but subject to the reprocessing and final result of the electronic eligibility check. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Secretariat. So we will now take up the first contract ID for today, which is the 26 IG 0030, construction of road, Barangay Pinocawan. Station 1+133 to 1+523, Javier Leyte, Barangay Pinocawan, Javier Leyte. Secretariat, please project the checklist for this contract ID and state how many bids were received and from whom.
So as shown on the screen, Mr. Chair, is our checklist with the name of participating bidders. So for this contract ID 26 IG 0030, the Secretariat timely received 3 bids, namely from Birak Enterprises Incorporated, received today at 8:11 a.m. We also have Base Solida Construction and Supplies received today at 8:51 a.m. And for the record, we received a bid from Rockwood Industries at 8:41 a.m. However, they have submitted a letter of withdrawal before the deadline for the submission of bids, which the Secretariat received at 8:55 a.m. So the withdrawal is being made pursuant to Section 55.2 of the IRR. So considering that they were able to withdraw their bids before the deadline, they were asking that their bid is considered officially withdrawn and excluded from opening and evaluation. So that's why, Mr. Chair, we did not anymore reflect these bidders. So they have submitted their bids for 26 IG 30, 31, and 33. So for the record, again, they have withdrawn their bids. So these are the bids that were received by the Secretariat, Mr. Chair, and we have stamped received by the Secretariat the envelopes encompassing these bids. No other bids were received for this contract, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Secretariat, please retrieve all bid envelopes from this contract ID and hand them to the TWG.
Mr. Chair, for the record, we confirm that the bid envelopes handed to us correspond to the bidders identified with the Secretariat for this contract ID and with the box of Secretariat with the same staff.
Okay, please open the first technical envelope for each bidder. Announce the required documents and state check, not submitted, or with deficiency. Secretariat kindly record the findings in the checklist on screen and in the minute.
For DPWH Enterprises, the version of the final envelope of contract ID number 26 IG 003 now extant to the violation. Certificate of division registration valid until September 20. Check. Secretary certificate check. Securities and Exchange Commission check. Payers permit valid until December 31, 2026. Check. Box clearance valid until August 28, 2026. Check. Audited financial. Check. Date of filing April 14, 2026. Net financial contracting capacity or NFCC check. Pickup license valid until January 24, 2027 check. List of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started check. Statement of single largest completed contracts which are similar in nature check. Organizational chart check. List of contractor state personnel will be assigned to the contract section. List of contractors major construction equipment units to be assigned to the contract section. List of contractors minimum material testing equipment units to be assigned to the contract section. Only was for a statement check. Yes. JIS check. Mr. Chair, for Bureau Enterprises, the technical envelope was examined against checklist and found to be legally ordered. The DPWH therefore initially recommends that the Bureau Enterprises be declared compliant. The technical reform is completed as the manual preliminary examination, the first, or the technical envelope respondent ID, subject to the result of the DPWH.
Secretariat, for the record, what is the status of the CWA electronic eligibility processing for the contract ID number 26 IG0030?
Mr. Chair, the CWA processing is not yet finished and is still being processed, and the result is not yet available at this time.
So we will proceed to the noted, the back shall record the TWJ manual preliminary examination recommendation. At this stage, for civil works, any manual pass or failed recommendation remains subject to reconciliation with the CWA electronic eligibility result once available. To avoid delay and consistent with the original agenda flow, we shall proceed with the first technical envelopes of the next contract ID. We will return to this contract ID before the agenda tree once the CWA is available, or once the back records on its appropriate action. So we will proceed with the next bidder, is TWG.
For buses of the construction and supply, the first will examine for contract ID 250730, we will now examine the following. Fellowship certificate of registration calling that you may date with this check. May 8, 2027. DTI check. This is permit valid until December 31, 2026. Tax clearance certificate valid until February 24, 2027. Pickup license valid until July 1, 2026. Check. List of all ongoing government and private contracts, with contracts awarded but not yet started. Statement identifying leaders single largest completed contract or LCC. Check. Audited financial statement. Filed last March 2026. Check. That financial contracting capacity or SCC. Check. Bid security fixation. Check.
PSD.
Contractors organizational charts. Check. List of contractors skilled personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract. Check. List of contractors skilled for construction and laboratory needs to be assigned to the contract. Check. List of contractors paying for material testing and is to be assigned to the contract. Check. Only for source statement. Check.
GIS. Not applicable.
Mr. Chair, for Bato Soleda Construction and Supply, the technical entry group was examined and is expected to come in order. The DPWH Leyte initially recommends that Bato Soleda Construction and Supply be declared compliant with the technical requirements created past. The manual preliminary examination refers to the technical entry group for this contract ID, subject to the results of the DPWH Leyte.
Secretariat, for the record, what is the status of the CWA electronic eligibility processing for contract ID?
Yes, Mr. Chair. So for the record, we have already finished for the electronic eligibility processing for contract ID 26IG0030 is complete and has been printed and ready for your signature.
So we have the result of the technical financial aspect. So for BRAC Enterprises Incorporated, pickup license, January 24, 2027, valid until February 11, 2028. Work experience, pass, NFCC, pass. And for Base Solida Construction and Supplies, pickup license 7/1/2026, July 1, 2026, and valid until July 1, 2027. Their work experience passed, their NFCC passed with 90,404,444.2. So with their legal aspect for BRAC, mayor's permit, valid until December 31, 2026. DTI, February 5, 2020. 2068. Tax clearance certificate, August 28, 26. Bill Jeep, September 26, 2026. For Base Solida, Mayor's Permit, December 31, 2026. The DTI 10/16/2033 tax clearance certificate valid until February 24, 2027, and the PhilGips valid until May 8, 2027. So, for the record, I will now read the CWA yes for that contract, 26 IG 30. Bidder A, eligible, BRAC Enterprises Incorporated, and bidder B, Base Solida, Construction and Supplies, eligible. The CWA result shall now be reconciled with the earlier manual preliminary examination recommendation of the DWG. For this bidder, BRAC Enterprises Incorporated, the TWG earlier recommended that the bidder shall be declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated passed in the manual preliminary examination. The CWA result likewise shows the bidder is eligible. The matter is referred to the back for action. May I hear a motion to declare BRAC Enterprise Incorporated compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass for the first technical envelope for contract ID 26 IG 0030.
So moved.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is carried. Accordingly, BRAC Enterprises Incorporated is declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass. Its second financial envelope shall be remain sealed for now and shall be opened under Agenda 3. And for Base Solida Construction and Supplies, the TWG earlier recommended that the bidder be declared compliant with the technical requirements and passed in the manual preliminary examination. The CWA result likewise shows the bidder is eligible. The matter is referred to the back for action. May I hear a motion to declare Base Solida Construction and Supplies compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass for the first technical envelope for contract ID 26 IG number 30.
So moved.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is carried. Accordingly, bidder Base Solida Construction and Supplies is declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass. Its second financial envelope shall remain sealed for now and shall be open until Agenda 3. So now we will take up with the next project with contract ID 26 IG 0031. Construction of road, Barangay Binulho, Sun Stationing, 0 plus 692 plus 51 to 1 plus 108.51, Javier, Leyte. Secretariat, please project the checklist of the contract ID and state how many bids were received and from whom.
Yes, Mr. Chair. So the Secretariat received initially 3 bids for this contract, namely from BRAC Enterprises Incorporated, received today at 8:11 a.m. Rockworld Industries received today at 8:41, but withdrawn at 8:55 a.m. with letter of withdrawal. And we have IDA Junior Builders Construction and Supplies received today at 8:52 a.m. No other bids were received, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Secretariat, please retrieve all bids envelope for this contract ID and hand them to our DWG.
And the process is reported. I believe in the numbers construction supplies.
Mr. Chair, for the record, we confirm that the envelope sent to us corresponds to leaders identified with the Secretariat for this contract ID. And with the box Secretariat's brief.
Okay, DWG, please open the first technical envelope for each bidder. Announce the required documents and state check not submitted or with deficiency. Secretariat kindly record the findings in the checklist on screen and in the minute.
For Viram Enterprises Incorporated, the first technical envelope for contract ID number 88-001 will now be found in the following section of the required document. Relatives registration check valid until September 2023. Patient permit valid until September 2026. Clearance certificate valid until August 28. Audited financial statements filed on April 24, 2026. Pickup license valid until January 24, 2027. Of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Check. Statement of singular contracts, singular in nature. Check. It's check. Contractors organization of chart check. List of contractors featured construction equipment to be assigned to the contract. Check. List of contractors equipment material to be assigned to the contract. Check. NFC check. Multiple source statement check. DIS check. Mr. Chair, for Viram Enterprises Incorporated, the technical envelope was examined against the checklist and in order. The Bakita is therefore initially recommend that Viram Enterprises Incorporated is compliant with the technical requirements stated past in the manual preliminary examination of the first or the technical envelope for its contract ID. Subject to the result of the CELA
Secretariat, for the record, what is the status of our CWA electronic eligibility processing for this contract 26 IG 0031? Kaduhan eh. Sunod na? Sunod. Ito no or next one? Next bidder. So we will proceed with the next bidder, Aida Junior Builders, Construction and Supplies.
For IDA Junior Builders Construction and Supply, the first or the technical envelope for contract ID number 26I30031. We will now examine the following against the checklist as a part of in checks filed at June 20, 2026. Check. In 20. Check. DTI valid until rewarded 2030. Mayor's business permit valid until December 31, 2026. Tax certificate valid until December 10, 2026. Audited financial statement filed last April 15, 2026. Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. Check. With security check. Yes, they check. Organization of charge check. These are contractors pay personnel to be assigned to the contract check. These are contractors pay for construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract check. These are contractors material units to be assigned to the contract check. Only was for statement check. FCC check. Yes. Mr. Chair, for IDA Junior Construction and Supply, the technical envelope was examined and the checklist and found to be invalid. DPWH therefore initially recommends that IDA Junior Construction and Supply be declared compliant with the technical requirements that the given has in the manual preliminary examination of the first for the technical envelope for this contract ID, subject to the result of the CWA electronic individual.
Thank you. Secretariat, do we have now the result of our CWA?
Yes, Mr. Chair, the CWA electronic eligibility processing for contract ID 26IG 31, 32, 33, and 34 has already been processed and completed and available for your signature and reference.
For the record, I will now read the CWA electronic eligibility result for contract ID 26 IG 0031 for IDA Junior Builders and Construction Supply pickup license valid until July 29, 2027. The registration pickup May 20, 2029, and they passed in their work experience. NFCC passed. With their pickup lights, mayor permit, December 31, 26, DTI, February 20, 2030, BAR 12/10/2026, and project registration valid until 6/20/26. And for BRAC Enterprises Incorporated, pickup license January 24, 2027, pickup registration February 11, 2028, work experience pass, NFCC pass, mayor's permit December 30, 2026, DTI February 5, 2068, BIR clearance valid until August 28, 2026, field jobs registration valid until September 26, 2026. The CWA result shall now be reconciled with earlier manual preliminary examination recommendation of the TWG. For bidder name, IDA Builders Construction Supply, the TWA area recommended that the bidder be declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass in the manual preliminary examination. The CWA result likewise shows that the bidder is eligible. The matter is referred to the back for action. May I hear a motion to declare bidder IDA Junior Builders and Construction Supply compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass for the first technical envelope for contract ID number 26 IG 0031.
So moved.
Any objection?
None.
There being none, the motion is carried. Accordingly, IDA Junior Builders and Construction Supply is declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass. Its second financial envelope shall remain sealed for now and shall be opened under Agenda 3. And for the next bidder, BRAC Enterprises Incorporated, the TWG also earlier recommended that the bidder be declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass in the manual preliminary examination. The CWA result likewise shows the bidder is eligible. The matter is referred to the back for action. So may I hear a motion to declare BRAC Enterprises Incorporated compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass for the first technical envelope for contract ID 26 IG 0031.
So moved.
So any objection? There being none, the motion is carried. Accordingly, BRAC Enterprises Incorporated is declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass. Second financial envelope shall remain sealed for now and shall be opened under Agenda 3. So we will proceed with the third project. Contract ID number 26 IG 0032. Construction of road, Barangay Mabini, Station 0 + 990 to 1 + 890 Bato, Leyte. Secretariat, please project the checklist of this contract ID and state how many bids were received and from whom.
Yes, Mr. Chair, so the checklist is already projected on the screen. And for the record, the Secretariat received two bids for this contract from namely JQD Construction and General Services received today at 8:18 a.m. and Base Solida Construction and Supplies received today at 8:51 a.m. No other bids received, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Secretariat, please retrieve all bids envelope for this contract ID and hand them to our DWD.
Construction and General Services. Sotero Construction Supplies.
Mr. Chair, for the record, we confirm the envelope sent to us corresponds to the leaders identified in the Secretariat of this contract ID and in the box Secretariat's system.
DWG, Madam Karen, please open the first technical envelope for each bidder and announce the required documents and state check not submitted or with deficiency. Secretariat, kindly record all the findings in the checklist and put it on the screen and in the minutes.
For JQD Construction and General Services, the first or the technical envelope for contract ID number 26IT. You will now inform the following against the required documents. Registration, valid until March 5, 2027. I valid until November 29 session. This survey valid until December 31, 2026. Tax clearance rate valid until November 26, 2026. Financial statement. Date filed 8/0/16/2025. Okay. NFC station. Stop license valid until January 13, 2027. List of ongoing projects, check. SLCC check. ESP check. Organizational chart check. List of contractors, major construction and governmental institutions to be assigned to the one block check. Only one for the statement check.
Hello. Hello.
Mr. Chair, for JQD Construction and General Services, the technical review was examined against that case and found to be completed and ordered. The bank DPWH therefore initially recommends that creativity construction and general services be here to health requirements to pass. The manual preliminary examination of officers or technical individual for this program ID subject to the result of the DPWH electronic identification.
Thank you. So you may proceed with the next contractor, the bidder, Basit Solida.
For basic solid construction supply. The first or the technical envelope for contract IT in 6IG 0030 will now examine the following against the checklist of the required document. Presidents, one envelope being 8.7. PTI one envelope for 17.28. Business permit one until December 31, 2026. Tax clearance certificate valid until the 4/24/2027. Pickup license valid until July 1, 2026. List of all ongoing government and private contracts including contracts awarded but not yet started check. SL6 audited financial statement filed last March 2026. FCC check. ESG check. Organizational chart check. List of doctors, major construction and laboratory.
Balik na doon. Yun na.
List of doctors, papers, and rules to be assigned to the contract check. List of contractors, prevent check. List of contractors, medical material, district and check. Research there for buses, electrical construction and supply, electrical envelope was examined to be effective with how to complete the ordinance. The bank therefore usually recommends that buses electrical construction and supply in their compliance with technical requirements of the pass in the manual preliminary examination of the electrical envelope for the contract ID. Subject to the result of the WA electronic.
Thank you, Karen. For the record, I will now read the CWA electronic eligibility as result for contract ID 26 IG 0032. For bidder A, GQD Construction and General Services, pickup license valid until January 30, 2027. Pickup registration valid until May 25, 2028. Work experience pass. NFCC pass. Mayor permits valid until December 31, 2026. DTI valid until November 28, 2029. BIR tax clearance certificate valid until November 26, 2026. Field registration valid until March 5, 2027. And for bidder 2, Base Solida Construction and Supplies, pickup license valid until July 1, 2026. Pickup registration valid until July 1, 2027. Works experience pass NFCC pass. Mayor permit of Base Solida, December 31, 26. DTI valid until October 16, 2033. BIR tax clearance valid until February 24, 2027. Full jet registration valid until May 8, 2027. The CWA results shall now be reconciled with earlier manual preliminary examination recommended to the DWG. Ano to man? So, for bidder A, GQD Construction and General Services, the TWG earlier recommended that the bidder be declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass in the manual preliminary examination. With the CWA result likewise shows that the bidder is eligible. The matter is referred to the back for action. May I hear a motion to declare GQD Construction and General Services compliant with technical requirements and rated pass for the first technical envelope for contract ID 26 IG 0032.
So move.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is carried. Accordingly, GQD Construction and General Services is declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass. Its second financial envelope shall remain sealed for now and shall be opened under Agenda 3. Also, for Base Solida Construction and Supplies, the TWG earlier recommended that the bidder be declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass in the manual preliminary examination. Its TWA result likewise shows that the bidder is also eligible. The matter is referred to the back for action. So may I hear motion to declare Base Solida Construction and Supplies compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass for the first technical envelope for contract ID 26 IG 0032.
So move.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is carried. Accordingly, Base Solida Construction and Supply is declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass. Its second financial envelope shall remain sealed for now and shall be opened under Agenda 3. We will proceed to the fourth project. with contract ID 26IG0033. Construction of road, Barangay San Sotero, Station 0 plus 228 to 0 plus 355, Section 1. Then Station 0312 to 0 plus 580, Section 2, Javier, Leyte. Secretariat, please project the checklist for this contract ID and state how many bids were received and from whom.
I guess, Mr. Chair, the checklist is already shown on screen. So for this contract, 26IG 00333, the Secretariat received 3 bids, but one has withdrawn their bid. The first bid is for Victoria Development and Ventures Corporation, received today at 8 a.m. And then we have Rockwork Industries, received today at 8:41 a.m. but was withdrawn at 8:55 a.m. with letter of withdrawal. And we have LKST Construction and Supply, received today at 8:52 a.m. No other bids were received, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Secretariat. Please retrieve all the bid envelopes for this contract ID and hand them to our TWG.
That is the discussion.
Mr. Chair, for the record, the leaders identified in the secretariat to respond to IT to the box secretariat system.
Please open the first technical envelope for each bidder. Announce the required documents and state check, not submitted, or with deficiency. Secretariat kindly record the findings in the checklist on screen and in the minutes.
For Victoria Development and Ventures Corporation, the or the technical engineering program, we will now examine the following expected document. Subjects, one until March 2, Pickup license valid until April 12, 2028. Validity period of this registration that will August 2027. Tax clearance certificate valid until March 6, 2027. Mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2026. Treatment of all ongoing and unexpired awarded government and private contracts check. SLCC check. Audited prudential statement filed on April 14, 2025. Yes, being checked. MCC check. Organization of charge check. Piece of contractors papers without check. Piece of contractors either the construction of the operation business will be assigned to the bus stop check. Piece of minimum material certification check. Minimum source check. CIS check. Mr. Chair, for Victoria Development, event is not responded as to examine the object completed and in order. The DPWH therefore usually recommends that Victoria Development and Venture Corporation be very compliant with the technical requirements and rated passed in the manual preliminary examination to the first or the technical and for this contract, subject to the result of the WAP electronic signature.
Secretariat, for the record, what is the status of our CWA?
It's already printed, Mr. Chair, for, here it is, Mr. Chair, for your signature.
Noted the back shall record the TWA manual preliminary. Oh no, sorry. For the record, I will now read the CWA electronic eligibility result for contract ID 26 IG 0033. For bidder A, Victoria. With pickup license. Valid until 4/12/26, expired. Pickup registration valid until 8/2/27. Work experience passed, NFCC passed. Mayor permit for Victoria, December 31, 2025. DTI, July 7, 2061. Tax clearance valid until February 14, 2026, expired. Field Jeeps registration valid until March 3, 2026, expired. For Victoria Development and Venture Corporation, the TWG area recommended that the bidder be declared compliant with technical requirements and rated pass in the manual preliminary examination. However, TWA result shows the bidder is ineligible due to expired pickup license, expired BIR tax clearance certificate, and expired field jeep registration. For the record, the TWG confirms that the documents needed to update or reprocess the CWA record were actually submitted as part of the bidder's first technical envelope before the deadline for submission and receipt of bids, namely our TWG, can you confirm that their pickup license is expired, tax clearance expired, and field chips expired? Ma'am Mulabola?
Based on the pre-touch license agreement. Expiring it was with a lot doesn't be paid. And the station will be put on suspension. First.
Okay, sorry.
And the experience certificate is valid until March 6, 2027, based on the technical.
Injects.
The wages. The validity is the validity of the project registration is one good and
Okay, for the record, Engineer Mulabola confirms that the documents needed to update or reprocess the CWA record were actually submitted as part of the bidder's first technical envelope. This finding is placed on record pursuant to DPWH DEO number 164, series of 2025, which allows updating, reprocessing based on material eligibility information duly submitted with the bid not yet encoded in the CWA. The matter is referred to the back for action. May I hear a motion to declare Victoria Development and Venture Corporation compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass for purpose of opening the second financial envelope under Agenda 3. Direct the back secretariat to facilitate the request for unlocking, reprocessing of the CWA electronic eligibility result at the soonest possible time using only the documents submitted in the bidder's first technical envelope. And record that the bidder's final eligibility shall depend on the result of the CWA unlocking, reprocessing, and other validation in the subsequent stages, including detailed bid, evaluation, and post-qualification as applicable. Any objection? There being none, the motion is carried. Accordingly, Victoria Development and Venture Corporation is declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass for purposes of opening the second financial envelope under Agenda 3. The bidder's final eligibility for this civil work contract shall depend on the CWA unlocking, reprocessing result, and controlling electronic eligibility result under applicable DPWH rules and the bidding document. The BAC Secretariat is directed to prepare and transmit the appropriate request for unlocking, reprocessing, with certified true copies of the relevant documents that form part of the bidder's timely submitted first technical envelope. No new substitute or late document shall be accepted for this purpose. Any discrepancy between the CWA PCMA record and the bidder's statement of all ongoing government and private contracts shall be included in the matters for reconciliation and validation during the post-qualification. So, Madam Karen, can you proceed with our next bidder, the LKST Construction and Supply?
For LKSE Construction and Supply, the first for the technical envelope for contract ID number 26 IC 0033. We will now examine the following exceptions to the required document. Fellowship certification for the anti warranty. E-cop license, valid until July 18, 2023. I valid until January 22, 2029. Business permit valid until December 31, 2026. Bank clearance valid until October 16, 2026. Audited financial statement filed last 3/13/2023. These of all ongoing governments and private construction contracts within contracts of and county experiment. SLCC, ESD, organizational chart, these are the numbers later received to be financial contract. These are the numbers later resulted in minutes to be financial contract. These are the numbers minimum material listing. People search the that's it. Mr. Chair, for LKSC Construction and Supply, the technical envelope was examined against the checklist and found that it complete report. The BPWH report usually recommends that LKSC Construction and Supply is clearly compliant. The technical requirement is passed. The manual disciplinary examination of the first technical envelope for the contract ID. Subject to the result of the DPWH electronic registration check.
Okay, I will now read the CWA electronic eligibility for LKT Construction and Supply. Their pickup license valid until July 18, 2026. Pickup registration valid until July 29, 2028. Their work experience passed, but their NFCC failed. No 2024 financial statement, and their mayor's permit valid until December 31, 26. DTI valid until January 22, 2029. BIR tax clearance valid until October 16, 2026. Belgium's registration valid until February 9, 2027.
So, Mr. Chair, may be recognized.
Okay.
So for the record, Mr. Chair, for LKHT Construction and Supply, the CWA result rendered them ineligible due to their NFCC. The system was not able to compute their NFCC because they have no 2024 financial statement. So, can we reconcile with the TWG or the BAC, Mr. Chair, to examine again the submitted documents? They have attached the complete AFS and their NFCC computation if it is within the ABC of this contract.
This, based on the diligence installation, audit financial statement, it is.
LS, LKST.
Finding is, that's made by it's
But is
the,
their AFS computation from their accountant is attached as well, including the filing, the complete set of AFS.
yes, it's not. It's not. Yes. On the financial statements, in the December 21, 2025, the costs.
Noted. Noted, thank you. For bidder LKST Construction and Supply, the DPWH Leyte recommended that the bidder be declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass in the manual preliminary examination. However, the TWA result shows the bidder is ineligible due to its NFCC that failed because they have not submitted their 2024 financial statement. For the record, the TWG confirms that the documents needed to update or reprocess the CWA record were actually submitted as part of the bidder's first technical envelope before the deadline for submission and receipt of bids, namely
The complete set of AFS.
the complete
Set of AFS.
set, complete set of audited financial statement for 2024 and 2025. This finding is placed on record pursuant to DPWH DEO number 164 series of 2025, which allows updating, reprocessing based on material eligibility information duly submitted with the bid not yet re-encoded in CWA. The matter is referred to the BAC for action. May I hear a motion to declare LKST Construction and Supply compliant with the technical requirements and rated pass for purposes of opening the second financial envelope under Agenda 3, direct the BAC Secretariat to facilitate the request for unlocking reprocessing of CWA electronic eligibility result at the soonest possible time, using only the documents submitted in the bidder's first technical envelope, and record that bidder's final eligibility shall depend on the result of the CWA unlocking, reprocessing, and other validation in the subsequent stages, including detailed bid evaluation and post-qualification as applicable.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Say that, Mr. Chair.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is carried. Accordingly, LKST Construction and Supply is declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated passed for purposes of opening the second financial envelope under Agenda 3. The bidders' final eligibility for the civil work contracts shall depend on the CWA unlocking reprocessing result and controlling electronic eligibility result under applicable DPWH rules and the bidding documents. The BAC Secretariat is directed to prepare and transmit the appropriate request for unlocking reprocessing with certified true copies of relevant documents that form part of the bidder's timely submitted first technical envelope. No new substitute or late documents shall be accepted for this purpose. Any discrepancy between the PCMA record and the bidder's statement of all ongoing government and private contracts shall be included in the matters for reconciliation and validation during post-qualification. We will proceed with the last contract with ID number 26IG0034. Construction of road, Barangay Caningag, Station 3+175 to 3+475, Matalom, Leyte. Secretariat, please project the checklist for this contract ID and state how many bids were received and from whom.
I guess, Mr. Chair, so for the last contract under our agenda, 26IG0034, the Secretariat received only one bid from JTUD Construction and General Services received today at 8:18 in the morning. No other bids were received, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Secretariat, please retrieve all bid envelope for this contract ID and give it to our PWG.
Mr. Chair, for the record, you have handed one our responsibilities identified with regard to this contract ID and this box is started being found.
PWJ, please open our first technical envelope for each bidder. Announce the required documents and state check not submitted or with deficiency. Secretariat will record findings, checklist on screen and in the minutes.
For DPWH Construction and Industrial Services, the first or the technical envelope for contract ID number 26IG0034. We will now examine the following guest checklist please. Bill Jeff's registration valid until March 5, 2027. I valid until November 2027. Business permit valid until December 31, 2027. Tax return certificate valid until November 26, 2026. Check. Pension statement. File plus April 2026 check. And FCC check. List of all ongoing projects check. SLTC check. Pickup license valid until January 30, 2027 check. ESP check. Organizational chart check. Contractor certificate. Contractor certification and case personnel for the contract check. List of contractors major construction laboratory units to be assigned to the contract check. List of minimum material testing equipment check. Omnibus source statement check.
Sole proprietor. Sole proprietor.
And FCC check. Chair for JKT Construction General Services, the textile and relocation against the Chinese 2008 report. The DPWH therefore initially recommends JKT Construction General Services were compliant with the technical requirements in past. In the manual preliminary examination of the first, the technical and below the contract subject to the result, DPWH and all.
Thank you. For the record, I will now read the CWA electronic eligibility. As result for contract ID 26IG0034 for bidder GQD Construction and General Services. Their pickup license is valid until January 30, 2027. Pickup registration is valid until May 25, 2028. Their work experience passed. NFCC passed. The mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2026. DTI is valid until 11/28/2029. BIR tax clearance certificate valid until 11/26/2026. Field Jeeps registration valid until March 5, 2027. So for the loan bidder, GQD Construction and General Services is eligible as per result in our CWA. For GQD Construction and General Services, the TWG earlier recommended that the bidder be declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated passed in the manual preliminary examination. The CWA result likewise shows the bidder is eligible. The matter is referred to the back for action. May I hear a motion to declare GQD Construction and General Services compliant with the technical requirements and rated passed for the first technical envelope for contract ID 26IG0034.
So moved.
Mr. Chair.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is carried. Accordingly, GQD Construction and General Services is declared compliant with the technical requirements and rated passed. Its second financial envelope shall remain sealed for now and shall be opened under Agenda 3. Under Agenda, this Agenda 3 now, the back. For the record, again, the back has completed the opening and preliminary examination of the first technical envelope for our contract IDs included in today's opening bids
30 to 34.
from 26IG030 to 26IG34. Only the second financial envelopes of bidders whose first technical envelopes were rated, passed, and whose contract IDs are cleared for Agenda 3 shall be opened. We will now proceed to the Agenda 3. Under this Agenda 3, the reading of bids and approved budget for the contract, the back shall open only the second financial envelope of bidders whose first technical envelopes were rated passed under Agenda 2. For the contract IDs cleared for financial opening, we shall proceed per contract ID following the same order take up under Agenda 2, except for any civil work contract held in abeyance due to a recorded legal procedural reason. For contract ID number
30. Kaya lang pinakawan.
number 30
26 ID.
with the title Construction of Road, Barangay Pinocawan, Station 1+133 to 1+523, in Javier, Leyte. The approved budget for the contract in Philippine peso, 4,775,447.31 pesos, inclusive in all applicable taxes. Secretariat, please state for the record which bidder were rated passed at the first technical envelope stage, and whose second financial envelope will be open.
Yes, Mr. Chair, so for this contract ID 26 IGA 0030, the following bidders were rated pass under Agenda 2 and are cleared for opening of their second envelopes in this agenda, namely VRAP Enterprises Incorporated and Base Solida Construction and Supplies. That's all, Mr. Chair.
We will now proceed with in the second financial envelope of bidder BRAC Enterprises Incorporated and Base Solida Construction and Supplies for contract ID 26 IG 0030.
Yes,
Did-
Mr. Ta.
TWG kindly confirm that the envelope you are holding is the financial envelope of the bidder BRAC Enterprises Incorporated.
Yes, Mr. Chair, to confirm that this second for the financial envelope of Iraq Enterprises and Matalom Construction and Supply.
Solid.
Your permission, we will open the envelope and conduct the preliminary check of the financial officer.
You may proceed. Please announce the presence or absence of the required financial documents. Secretariat, kindly record the entries of financial checklist on screen and in the minutes.
For Iraq Enterprises, second for the financial envelope for contract ID number 26 0030. We will now be submitting the following. Before, we will 103 because of bill of quantities check. Bill that's not in its check. Will cash flow with worker check. Clear for Iraq Enterprises, the required financial documents are complete and in order to secure the purpose of preliminary examination and the total bid price does not exceed the ABC. Subject to the detailed bid evaluation and our regulations.
The total bid price of BRAC Enterprises Incorporated, 4,768,600 pesos. Inclusive of applicable taxes as stated in the financial bid form.
That's good.
Next bidder,
For Base Solida Construction and Supply, the second or the financial envelope for contract ID number 26 IG 0730, we will now examine the following. Four with 120 current allocation. Detailed plan of the system. Detailed estimates, like. Tax planning for which
for our next bidder, the total bid price of Base Solida Construction and Supplies, 772,829 pesos and 21 centavos. Inclusive of applicable taxes as stated in the financial bid form. These bid prices are bids as read only and shall be reflected in the abstract of bids as read for contract ID number 26 IG 0030. No bidder is declared LCB or LCRB at this stage. Detailed bid evaluation, arithmetic correction, verification, and post-qualification shall follow in accordance with the IRR and bidding documents. DWJ, we will now proceed to the next contract ID 26 IG 0031.
Contribute to the first meeting, second, or the financial envelope of Verak Enterprises Incorporated, ID Engineer, Years Construction and Supply. With your permission, we will open the envelope and conduct the preliminary check with the financial envelope.
DWJ, you may proceed. Please announce the presence or absence of the required financial documents. Secretariat, kindly record the entries of the financial checklist on screen and in the minutes.
For Verak Enterprises Incorporated, the second or the financial envelope for contract ID number 26 IJ 0031, we will now establish the following. Financial bid form with 100 bid of fund is detailed estimates check. Calculable partners like or IDA Junior Construction Supplies. The second residential envelope for contract ID number 26 IG 0031 to Binulho instruction. Each form with 180 under days valid seconds. POQ check. Detailed estimates check. The cash flow by partners. Mr. Chair, for JKD Construction and General Services and Buses of
Vera.
Mr. Chair, for Verak Enterprises Incorporated and IDA Junior Builders Construction and Supplies, the required financial documents are complete and in order for the purpose of preliminary examination and the total bid price to not exceed the agency, subject to the detailed bid evaluation and the rest corrections.
Thank you, Karen. For the total bid price of Verak Enterprises Incorporated, in words, 4,768,300 pesos only. In figures, 4,768,300. And for the next bidder, IDA Junior Builders Construction and Supplies, their total bid in words, 768,823 pesos and 68 centavos. In figures, 4,768,823.68. These bid prices are bids as read only and shall be reflected in the abstract of bids as read for contract ID number 26 IG 0031. No bidder is declared LCB or LCRB at this stage. Detailed bid evaluation, arithmetic correction, verification, and post-qualification shall follow in accordance with the IRR and bidding documents. So for our third contract with ID 26 IG 0032, construction of road Barangay Mabini, station 0 plus 990 to 1 plus 890, Bato, Leyte. The approved budget for the contract is in peso with the amount of 9,551 pesos 4,407.01. Again, 9,551,407 pesos and 01 centavos. Inclusive of all applicable taxes. Secretariat, please state for the record which bidder were rated pass and at the first technical envelope stage and whose second financial envelopes will be open.
Yes, Mr. Chair. So for this contract 26 IG 0032, in Agenda 2, the following bidders were declared compliant and rated pass: JQD Construction and General Services and Base Solida Construction and Supplies. That's all, Mr. Chair.
We will now proceed with the second financial envelope for bidder GQD Construction and Base Solida Construction and Supplies for contract ID 26 IG 0033. DWG, please confirm that the envelope you are holding is the financial envelopes of the said bidders.
Or the union construction and general services and Banco Solera construction and supply. Clarification will open the envelope and conduct the preliminary check for the financial proposal.
You may proceed. Please announce the presence or absence of the required financial documents, and our secretariat will record the entries of the financial checklist on screen and in the minutes.
For the construction and general services, the second or the financial envelope, contract ID number 26 IG 0032, we will now examine the following. Form with 120 calendar days validity check. In the form is spent. Detailed estimates spent. And attached to the calendar check. For buses, Solera construction and supply. The second, the financial envelope for Lambda ID number 26 ID 0032. We will now examine the following. Before 150 calendar days validity check. In of what is spent. Detailed estimation check. Cash flow to market. Mr. Chair, for JQG Construction and Infrastructure, Bato Construction and Supply. The required financial documents are complete and in order for the purpose of preliminary examination, and the total bid price does not exceed subject to the detailed bid evaluation and a rendering correction.
So for the total bid price of GQD Construction and General Services, in words, 9,538,400 pesos.
Words then again.
Words. In figure, 9,538,000 only.
So, Mr. Chair, for the record, the amount in words is 9,538,400 pesos, while in figures, 9,538,000 only. Under our rules, Mr. Chair, in case of discrepancy between figures and word numbers, the words will prevail.
So 9,538,400 pesos for as bid of JQD Construction General Services. And for our next bidder, their total bid of Basis Soleda Construction and Supplies, in words, 9,550,478 pesos and 90 centavos. In figure, 9,550,478.9. These bid prices are bids as read only and shall be reflected in the abstract of bids as read for contract in the ID number 26IG0032. No bidder is declared LCB or LCRB at this stage. Detailed bid evaluation, arithmetic correction, verification, and post-qualification shall follow in accordance with the IRR and the bidding document. We will proceed to the fourth project with ID 26IG0033. The title, Construction of Road Barangay San Sotero, Station 0 plus 228 to 0 plus 355 Section 1, and Station 0 plus 312 to 0 plus 580 Section 2 in Javier, Leyte. This secretary, also the ABC of this project is 4,775,290.68. And Secretariat, please state for the record which bidder were rated passed at the first technical envelope stage and whose second financial envelope will be opened.
Yes, Mr. Chair, so for the record, for contract ID 26IG0033, the following bidders were declared compliant and rated pass in Agenda 2, Victoria Development Adventures Corporation and LKSG Construction and Supply, but subject to the results of their most recent CWA electronic eligibility processing. That's all, Mr. Chair.
We will now proceed with the second financial envelope for the bidder Victoria Development and Ventures Corporation and LKST Construction and Supply for the contract ID 26IG0033. DWG, please confirm that the envelope you are holding is their financial envelope for the said bidder.
Yes, Mr. Chair, second to the financial envelope of Victoria Development and Ventures Corporation and the MKSE Construction and Supply. With your permission, we will open the envelope and conduct the preliminary check for the financial.
You may proceed. Please announce the presence or absence of the required financial documents. Secretariat, kindly record the entries in the financial checklist on screen and in the minutes.
For Victoria Development and Ventures Corporation. For detailed estimates check. That's the way for the. For LKSE construction and supply, the second the financial entity for contract and to review the six. For check. One. It's the dates. That's the way on the. Mr. Chair, for Victoria Development and Ventures Corporation and LKSE Construction and Supply. The required financial documents are duly ordered for the purpose of the preliminary examination. The total bid price was not exceed the ABC, subject to the liquidity because of another direction.
Thank you. For the total bid price of Victoria Development and Ventures Corporation, in words, 4,767,375 pesos. In figures, 4,767,375 only. And for the next bidder, the total bid of LKST Construction and Supply, in words, 4,772,294 pesos and 21 centavos. In figure, 4,772,294.21. These bid prices are bids as read only and shall be reflected in the abstract of bids as read for contract in the project ID number 26IG0033. No bidder is declared LCB or LCRB at this stage. Detailed bid evaluation, arithmetic correction, verification, and post-qualification shall follow in accordance with the IRR and the bidding documents. And for our last but not least, with the contract ID number 26IG0034, titled Construction of Road, Barangay Caningag, Station 3+175 to 3+475, Matalom, Leyte. with approved budget 4,755,735.73. Secretariat, please state for the record which bidder were rated passed in the first technical envelope stage and whose second financial envelope will be open.
So for this last contract, Mr. Chair, 26 IG 0034, we only have a lone bidder, JQD Construction and General Services, which was declared eligible, compliant, and rated pass in Agenda 2.
We will now proceed with the second financial envelope for bidder only, the loan bidder JQD Construction and General Services for this contract ID number 26 IG 0034. TWG, please confirm that the envelope you are now holding is the financial envelope of our bidder GQD Construction and General Services.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we confirm that this is the second of the financial envelope of JQD Construction and General Services. There's a reason we will open the envelope and not the preliminary check of financial statements.
Yes, you may proceed. Please announce the presence or any absence of the required financial documents. And Secretariat kindly record the entries in the financial checklist on screen and in our minutes.
For JQD Construction and General Services, the second of the financial envelope of one of item 126 item is of letter for check. DEO check. Detailed estimates check. Cash flow report check. Mr. Chair, for JQD Construction and General Services, the required financial documents is order of preliminary examination, and the total price is not exceed the ABC, subject to the details and direct inspection.
Thank you. So for the total bid price of GQD Construction and General Services in words, 4,943,400 pesos and 50 centavos. In figure, 4,700,000 67,000 only. 4,767,000. These bid price are bids as read only and shall be reflected in the abstract of bids as read for contract ID number 26 IG 0034, and no bidder is declared LCB or LCRB at this stage. Detailed bid evaluation, arithmetic correction, verification, and post-qualification shall follow in accordance with the IRR and in the bidding documents. We will now proceed to our fourth agenda. Comments, reactions from bidders and BAC members. The floor is now open for any or for who wish to place on record any comments, clarification, observation regarding the opening of bids and preliminary examination conducted today. Kindly state your name or your company, agency, and the contract ID to which your comment refers.
Mr. Chair, may we recognize?
Okay,
Mr. Chair, as of this time, there are no participating bidders or observers in person. And in our live stream, one comment was posted in the live chat, but I don't think that it is worth mentioning. So
Okay.
far, that's all, Mr. Chair.
how about our back members?
Very pleasant, Chair.
Go ahead.
Actually, unlucky they supposed to allocate the funds for the suitable fee. We will just put the TWD for us to be informed.
Yes, Mr. Chair, one of the requirements for the request for unlocking is a back resolution recommending the request for unlocking, including the attachment of all certified true copies of the documents. So definitely the Vice Chair and all the back members will be apprised before we submit the request for unlocking.
Mr. Chair, maybe
Okay,
when you repeat that amount in one store for that ID. 26 ID 074.
34.
24 minus.
Amount in words. 4,767,000.00. 4,767,000 pesos only. Any other comments?
No more.
None so far.
The comments were noted and recorded. Secretariat, please reflect the same in the minutes. And any further comments or recent reactions?
None, Mr. Chair.
So there being none, so no other discussion to hear from the back or from the TWG.
None so far.
So may I hear a motion to adjourn on this opening of bid?
Motion confirmed.
So moved. Second.
Any objection? There being none, this opening bid is adjourned at 11:32 a.m. June 2, Tuesday. Today. Thank you and see you in the next opening.